Hey, what's up, guys? It is Undying OGC here with Original Gaming Culture. Today, we are coming at you to teach you tips and tricks on how to maximize your honor, um, ways to get honor. Pretty much everything to do with honor will be covered in this video. That way, you guys can farm as much honor as you want. And there is a very good reason to want to farm honor. You farm honor, you get honor, and with the honor, you can change your race. That's cool. But more importantly, you can go into the black market and you can purchase items. It's 1,000 honor per item. And then with those items, you can then go in and transmute them. And as you transmute your items, you get more alchemy stones, and the more alchemy stones that you have, um, the more crafting that you can do, and you can get better items for all of your heroes. And let's see if I have any luck for right now. Maybe you guys will bring me some good luck. So the whole point of getting honor beyond just changing races is so that you can craft divine items, and ideally try and craft flawless divine items or mythical gear, the red gear that you'll see on people that you'll want yourself. Um, so there are a couple things that you can obtain to increase how much honor you get. First, there's a position called First Sword that will increase how much honor you get by 50%. There is also Royal Guards. Royal Guards, especially if you're not on the top side of your power levels, Royal Guard is very obtainable to get in your kingdom, assuming that you're active and decently strong. That will get you a 30% boost to honor. Or you can just, get king. No biggie, because you'll get a mount that gives you plus 50% honor. You don't actually have to be riding the mount, you just have to be a king and you get plus 50% honor. No big deal, just casual. Um, I didn't want to be king, they made me. Now, I'm going to talk about a couple different ways, and I'm going to focus on the Sliff race. Uh, One way, which I'm going to show you in this video after, is to create alt accounts and how to farm honor off of yourself. So if you're on a peaceful server, or if you can sneak your alt into another house, this will be a way that you can farm honor for minimal energy spent and maximum honor return. It's very efficient, it's very time consuming, but it will get you a lot of honor. Secondly, you can attack guard towers. The ones that will get you the most the most honor will be dwarf towers. Dwarf towers are highly you can attack dwarf towers if you play lich and you do skeletons. If you play human, because you can resurrect your swordsman that gets sniped. Um, I guess rockin' you might have a couple losses here and there from snipers. I would not attack dwarf towers or elite dwarf towers that are high in power if you're Sliff and you're using trees. If they snipe off one of your trees and that tree dies, it's going to be 18 hours of rebuilding. That sucks. So there are alternatives. So dwarf, and same thing with players. You can intertwine players in towers. Dwarf would be the best if they have mechs and tanks out. Any unit that permanently dies at the end of the battle will give more honor. So that's things like skeletons. There's things like mechs, tanks, things that are permanently gone. You'll never get back if they die in the battle. Those give the most honor. That's the main focus. So a close second to dwarf towers is lich towers, and the part in here that gives you the most will actually be the conjurers or the mummies, the things that resurrect. So humans can't really take advantage of this too well, but Sliff definitely can. So when setting up a formation, I like to have at least two catapults. The catapults will be one middle, one on one side, and then I'll have jacks on the opposite because jacks alone will just clear the wall. Uh, This is not an ideal setup, but I have Spring and Mako on one side's cleared out. I have Jax on the other side's cleared out. So it's mostly going to be my heroes carrying because for Sliff, um, the trees don't do too much damage. So the honor from this will actually be pretty low, um, simply because I didn't even need the heal. Simply because there weren't a lot of skeletons. So that's a benefit. You can run more siege. If you know you can clear out the ground troops and then make it onto the wall, because more siege will give you more honor from wall damage. Damaging walls will get you honor. I think it's tier 12 under the catapult research that will give you increased honor based on damage dealt by the siege. Some people will create gold sieges, and you can get even more honor that way. Um, I like to use 7 gold treants. That way I can attack players. So if somebody's picking on somebody on my team, I can go kick them to the capital. So because of that, my gold cap is limited. That way I have a PvP setup and a siege setup that's geared towards killing players. I could care less about walls personally. Um, I just like to fight people. So this will end. We'll probably get like 10,000 honor, nothing crazy. So you can attack people to get honor. I think that's the takeaway. The main targets, if you are anything but Lich, hit Dwarf. If you are Lich, then your best bet is to go after Lich. Or did I say that right? If you're Sliv, then go after Lich. So yeah, I got 10,000 honor, nothing too crazy. So here is a another alternative. You can create an alt account. And for me, my alt account is level 40. It used to be a turtle account, then it hit 40. I was like, well, I should probably do something with this. So I have an alt account in another kingdom. It's in a house. That way I get all of the benefits. And the biggest benefit would be for wall repair. You'll want wall repair if you are farming yourself for walls. Alternatively, you can also give your alt a bunch of resources. So if I look at my garrison formation, I have one setup where it's just a bronze. So if I want to hit myself and take a bunch of resources, that way I can make max tanks or lich troops to maximize honor that I feed to myself. I just run 2 little bronze archer dudes, or it might be 3, and then I take resources for myself. I'll also do the same with friends if they're feeling nice enough to do that. And then, since I attacked myself, now I have a revenge link to myself. So I guess I'll just keep the same setup. Let's go kill myself. That sounds horrible out of context. But as far as this is concerned, we're just going to attack the Mako side, blast right through. Jax is going to do it. So this is one way of doing it. If you don't want to lose resources on your ults, either queue up a bunch of stuff and make all of your rare resources being used. That way you don't plunder yourself and the resources keep going back and forth, or use the shield ability. Either one will work. I recommend going dwarf if you're going to farm yourself when it comes to troops. The reason for that is you can use mithril to make mechs. I do the silver ones because you can just rush them. It takes time to rush them, but if you can do them one at a time no matter what and rush without using any troop rush. The blood diamonds you can then put onto tanks. Tanks will also give decent honor. And then with the purple resource, the amethyst or whatever, you can then build both blasters and miners. And then once you have a ton of miners and blasters, or say an event comes that what is it, City Clash? I think it's City Clash, where honor received gets a buff up. So I'll wait until City Clash. I'll switch to the human race, convert all of the blasters into swordsmen, all the miners into spearmen, sell them off for mithril, then go back to dwarf and rush more mechs. So it's definitely time consuming, but um, as you can see, you get a little bit of honor. I got 46,000. If I didn't have the king buff, it would be about 30,000 per attack. So it's definitely not bad to add up and get some extra honor. Say you don't want to go through that whole process. What you can do is you can make as many ults as you want, and make as many ults as you want, and then just siege your walls. You'll get decent honor from it. It's not going to be anything crazy. The other nice thing with the sieging, and I'm not highlighting it here because you can see my Avalons out there, my Grimaces out there, but um, when you siege, especially yourself, you can use all those heroes that normally are maxed out on energy that you're never going to use, like say Rufio, um, uh, Warwick's, like heroes that it just doesn't matter, and they're always full on energy. Maybe Bane, just because Bane has like 50 energy normally. Um, so you can use those guys so that you don't waste energy on important things like Jax or Avalon or Gan, whatever you choose. No matter what, when you are sieging, it doesn't matter if you're attacking a garrison using all siege or if you're attacking garrison to clear the troops on the ground. Go with the gold turtle. The benefits of a gold turtle are absolutely massive. Him, along with talk, it's going to give your troops a bunch more health, and other buffs. But the biggest thing is the health. That way they don't die. You'll get the attack speed bonus. That's nice. It will help out your siege. You can also run with 2 gold turtles in all siege for that setup. So I know people that have crazy wall damage. Mine really isn't good. Again, I could care less for clearing walls. Um, and that's 17,000 damage. So it would be like 12, 13,000 if I didn't have the king buff. But what people can do is you can make a bunch of accounts, even like small accounts. They don't have to be high level, and you just level up your gate and your castle level. Make sure that you're in an ally house. By ally, I don't mean that the houses are in alliance. You want to be able to attack each other, but like a friendly house, I guess. So we have a second kingdom. We control 2 kingdoms, but we make sure they are not allied. So it's a friendly house, not an allied house. So we can keep our ults there. Use repair wall. Then you attack yourself. Get that wall damage. Use the energy on useless heroes. That's just going to be wasted because it's capped out. And collect free honor that way. The only downside with that is it is really heavy on time consumed. That's why I'll opt for plundering my own resources and then building up troops because I feel like I can get more honor that way with the limited amount of time that I actually have to play the game. So yeah, hopefully that helps out. I don't really want to tell you exactly how to set up a siege formation for Sliv or anything like that. Enjoy the game. Enjoy making mistakes in the game. Enjoy trying things out. That's part of the game. Hopefully you get some ideas from this, and you can then take what you want and leave the rest. But ultimately, go try out different things. The formation I showed was not a good one. It works for me. So at least for this, I was fighting a 39 elite tower. It's pretty easy. So yeah, that's how to get honor. Get positions if you can get positions. When you do have that position, don't waste it. Don't go AFK for the week. Go farm the honor. Attack dwarf and/or lich. If your team is capturing cities, go attack, kill stuff. You'll get honor that way. Create ults. You can have as I don't know, on a merge server you can have like I don't know, 8 or 9 or 10 alt accounts. If each one has say 3,000 wall health, you can use the wall repair twice a day. That's six or is it 6 million wall health per each times 9. We're talking like 54 million wall damage that you can do per day. If you chose to do that, it's super labor intensive. It's possible. It's completely possible, and you won't waste energy. Or create an alt and level it up. It's really not hard. It just takes time. And then create units, farm yourself for resources, and then kill those units. You can do it pretty safely without too much interference. Just talk with your team, make sure that they know. Maybe name the characters somewhat similar. That way, people aren't assuming that a random person is coming and pillaging, and then everyone gangs up and attacks them. And at the end of the day, it turns out to be yourself. So yeah, hopefully that sheds some light on getting honor. With that, have a great day. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'll talk with you guys soon.